Welcome to Tea Time, the South Yorkshire Kill Team podcast. Grab a brew, lock in your tack ops, and let's talk Kill Team. Hello, Declan.
Hello, Johnny.
You sound as ropey as I do today.
Yes, mate. It has been a long weekend.
Yes, it's been very, very fun. Hello, all tea drinkers out there. Thank you for listening to the South Yorkshire Kill Team Community Podcast with half a Declan and half a Johnny. I say half because we've just come back from the 2-day Turning Point Tactics event over at the Sanctuary Gaming Centre in Nottingham. So 2 days of absolute carnage. And by carnage, I mean the weather was ridiculously warm on the first day, which is probably a good segue to talk about and start talking about our weekend and how we got on and stuff. First of all,
Sweaty weekend.
yeah, it was sweaty in many ways. It was sweaty in many ways. I guess my first question, Deck, is how did you find the weekend? How did you get on with Turning Point Tactics?
Yeah, I mean, it's always great to see Ryan and see the Knots guys. Loved the weekend. Had a great time.
Yep,
It's a long format, 2 4-round tournaments, effectively,
yep.
over the 2 days. Very long format. So it's a bit of a slog. I think it's the biggest tournament I've ever done. I know it's definitely the biggest one you've done, Johnny. You've not done a 2-day before, have you? It's your first 2-day.
Oh, yeah. I think I've
So
done one full round before. That's all I've done.
yeah, so it's a long day. I think the longest one I did before this one was 7 rounds at Manchester, if I'm remembering correctly, which was a 4-rounder and then a 3-rounder day two.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a long day, but it was a lot of fun. A lot of games to kill team. A lot of stuff to take away from it, I think, which is good.
Yeah, what I liked about the tournament, though, in regards to the formatting, as you were saying, it's nice to see everyone. But even though it was a 2-day event, which is quite busy, I liked how they split it up. I think you've seen this before, haven't you? Where they take a top 16 cut and they run 2-day ticket type things. Where on the Sunday was best of the rest with a few extras added in from the single day sales. So it was nice to be in the mix at the beginning of the weekend. And then when all the dust settled and people landed where they landed, it was like a separate little mini tournament with GT tickets on the line as well. So I thought that were really interesting as well. I've been playing different people. I say playing different people, but I played Stuart over at Knots twice. He beat me in the first day, and then on the second day, I beat him.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
which I think's also strange how that works. Out of a 50-man event, you end up playing someone twice, which is a
Well,
bit
yeah,
strange.
I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. It goes down from that like 50-man to being a like 30-odd player tournament when
Yeah,
the top 16 cut's taken out. But I liked it. It was nice that there was golden tickets on the line for every event. It felt like every event mattered, even the best of the rest mattered.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I really like the format. I think Ryan did a really good job of trying to find this really nice compromise to fit the community, because obviously the community struggle to do the 2 days a lot. I think the demographics of we've spoke about it before, I think, with Jason on one of the other episodes where we talk about the demographics of the community and stuff and how it
yeah.
tends to be.
Old men with kids.
Yeah, I'm the outlier here, so
Yeah. No,
uh,
it is a thing, isn't it? Where people are limited on time, aren't they? And especially when you work, having 2 days either side of work in the middle of June is hard on many ways. Hard because you want to have a breather between work weeks, and also, if you've got kids and families, houses, responsibilities, it's difficult to wrangle 2 days back to back on a weekend. But it's appreciated when people can and do. We've talked about it from the South Yorkshire Kill Team perspective that we want to make sure that we can get as many people in as possible without affecting, because it's the work-life balance. I know it's a work phrase, but it's the work-life balance when it comes to hobbying as well, isn't it? We fortunately can't just take 2 days off every weekend.
yeah,
Um, so it's definitely a thing. So how did your matches go with stuff? Did you were playing Blades of Cain?
yeah,
Was you Did you
yeah.
enjoy playing Blades of Cain?
I
Are you ready
love
to move
playing
off from
Blades of
yet?
Cain. No, I
Yeah.
think I'm going to take a little break from him for a little while. I don't
Yep.
think they're gonna ever not be one of my main teams. They're now up there for me with Inquisition as like one of the teams that I think I will always come back to at some point. I've got my nicely converted Battleclade ready with my racks, so I'm gonna be busting them out for a couple of weeks, I think, until I
Yeah.
inevitably go. I want to go back to my cracked up elves and start playing Blades again because that's inevitable.
Yeah.
Um,
Who won the best of 16 then? So I know that you played some big names, didn't you, over
So
the week?
yeah,
But
so I mean the top 16. So the Sunday, let's do this in chronological order. So let's talk about Saturday
yeah,
first. So
yeah,
Saturday round one, my game was into Nick Collins.
that's a
Uh,
right first
uh,
round draw, that isn't
yeah, first
it?
round draw. Nick Collins on Volcus. He was playing Chaos Cult as he always does.
He's
Um,
really nice. I like Nick. He was
I
very
love
good
Nick.
the other day.
I,
Yeah,
I absolutely love Nick. Every time I play Nick, it's always a really good experience. Like so far, I'm 0-2 into him, but every time I've played him, super nice experience. He's one of my favorite people to play. Um, Obviously, he runs Crossfire Games. I said that I'd give a little shout out for him. He's got a website coming up, which is really exciting. So he'll be able to bring his prices down a bit, which is going to be
yeah.
also really
I really
exciting.
like his stuff. Though. We were talking about this, weren't we, during the day? What you like about the Crossfire stuff is the tone of color change. So the amount of times I've lost conceal tokens on a Vulcus Ma because they're the same grey, the
Yeah,
same blue grey. So having different tokens and stuff that Nick obviously puts a lot of time, energy, and effort. We joke about the cost of stuff, but they are premium tokens, aren't they? They are
yeah,
the
and
stuff.
all of his stuff is premium. I don't think there is a better quality like third party token store out there. I know that there's
Yeah,
the GG guy. He's got a lot of good stuff. Like his box is really good.
I met him. I
Um,
met him on the
oh,
weekend
was
as
he?
well.
Yeah, of course he was there, wasn't he? Yeah, but yeah, his boxes are really really good. Like but so so Nick's there's it's good to have a lot of that. But yeah, I do like Nick's stuff. It's very high quality, high quality
We're also
products, high quality
we're
player.
not sponsored. We're not sponsored, are we? So I mean,
No,
if Nick ever wants to throw us an affiliate code over, that'd be
yeah,
that'd be good.
it'd be mint, mate. Yeah, it'd be great. But
Yeah,
yeah, the thing is, when I speak to him, I'm aware that like the affiliate code also takes out of his profits as well. And obviously,
that's it.
if he wanted an affiliate code for us, that'd be great. But if he does, like, I'm happy to just give him a little shout out here and there because
Oh, we should play him. We should get you to play him, and winner gets an affiliate code.
when he gets an affiliate code. Yeah, no, would be waiting a few games for that,
Yeah,
mate.
we're waiting a while, won't we?
We'll be
Wait.
waiting a while. Yeah, but super talented player. My dice, and I'm not blaming the dice, but the dice were bad on my side. The dice were good on his side, and it was it was a hard fought battle. I think Nick did give me a swift kick in, but it was a 19-12 loss for me. So I was still in the double digits. I felt like I could leave that game my head held high with one of the best players, arguably one of the best players in the world, probably right now. Um,
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see how Nick does go into Worlds, if he's going to Worlds this year. Can't remember if he said he's going or not. Yeah, it was a really good game. I have no complaints about that game one against Nick. It was really fun. Lots of it's a hard matchup for Blades of Cain Chaos Cult because there's just so much meat to try and get through. You're really relying on your counteracts to shift them, and obviously Nick was
He
just never
plays
going to
them
be able to
so
do it.
well. He's like the premium again. Say
Yeah,
premium too many times now, Nick. But he's he's one of the better cult players, and he's not the best cult player. Where is he the top ranking cult player in Europe? I don't know.
I
He
believe
he should
so.
be.
I believe
Yeah.
so. Let me have a quick scan to the rankings while you talk about your game.
Yeah, so mine was interesting on the Saturday. I played so I was playing Exaction. It's one of the first. I think at this point I was 7 games deep into learning how to play Exaction. Come up against Stuart from Knott's Kill Team, and Stuart was playing Angels of Death. Yeah, I lost the match, but I think Stuart's he wasn't by much. I think it was 15-11. I think was the ending score. Trying to figure out the concept of trying to beat exaction, trying to beat Angels of Death with exaction, like the subductors and stuff with the double parry for jeweler. That's a weird interaction where you both kind of just stood off. It was good. The Stuart was rolling really well. I wasn't rolling too well. So he got his deserved win on it, which is interesting. I managed to play in the second day, which we'll talk about
Yeah,
further on down the line.
you put him on the Knots hit list.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, so I mean, I'll talk about my next one, but I did start to create a Knots list of every time I beat or get beaten by one of the Knots players, they go on the list and get removed from the list. So at this point, first game in, Stuart was on the list, on the shit list as he started to call it, which was interesting. So yes, the second game. Did you what did you play second?
That was when we both played the Youngbloods, I believe, some of the Knots under 18s, which was quite interesting.
Yeah. So that was good. Yeah. So for anyone who's listening to this who doesn't come to these events or know much about Knots, they have a small section of younger players called Youngbloods, and these I say kids, they're not kids, they're fucking animals. They are learning the game, getting better at the game. They're on it. I ended up playing with Ezzy, who was really nice. The only and I'll talk about this. It's always interesting to talk about. When you sit across the table from a 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old lad who's learning the game and trying to get into it, there's, especially being a dad of myself, a part of me feels like I can't beat this kid. I just can't. And I played Ezzy, and Ezzy's talking away, and he's full of beans, and he's great. And then second turning point, he maxed out crit up and tack up, and at that point, I were really nice and friendly. And then at that point, my eye was flapping. And I would just, I've got to turn this on as much as I don't want to go too heavy because I'm too soft and again a parent. I had to turn it on, and it just and it's a real positive from Youngbloods and Knott's point of view that they've got these young lads who want to play the game, and if you don't respect them, they will beat you. It's as simple as that. There's a certain Tommy who is an absolute animal when it comes to playing. We have members of our community that literally are petrified of playing against Tommy because Tommy it could beat most people. I think Tommy finished. I think he lost one game on the second day and finished like fifth.
Yeah, I think
And
about fifth.
he's going to be up there, and Ezzy as well, and some of the other kids. But Tommy especially will be absolutely flying. Ezzy were really good as well, not only because obviously was they're learning the game that they play well, but they were getting involved in the painting competitions and so. And obviously you saw this end of the first day. We did the painting competition, and Ezzy had won one of the painting displays, and the joy on Ezzy's face was amazing. Just how special that moment was. He's everyone was clapping on him and cheering on him, and I think that type of thing, especially for the young bloods and young kids, is absolutely immense. And he'll remember that moment for the rest of his life, probably how he won this tournament. And so yeah. So I played Ezzy. I beat Ezzy. And it was a really good game. He was playing Goremongers, I was playing Exaction. So again, it was quite a straightforward the mill process for me. Um,
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good. It was good. But yeah, that was the second game, and then third game. Who did you play third game? I don't know. You played third.
Third game, that was me into our very own Nix, I believe.
Oh, you got the Nixonator.
Yes, it was when me and Nix drew swords and both stabbed each other to death very quickly. It came to a 14-14 draw for the pair of us because Hyrotech are a fun, balanced team that definitely don't need any more nerfs. Yeah, 14-14 draw. It was a very hard fought draw. I was sweating. I was warm. That was like just after like lunchtime, so it was like the peak of the heat. I think it was.
Yeah, 30 degrees in that. 30 degrees is weather.
Yeah, it was ridiculous in there. And yeah, it was 14-14 draw, which ultimately was probably the best case scenario because if either one of us lost, that would have knocked either of us out of contention for the top 16. So both us drawing there was like ideal. I didn't want to draw, like, for the record. Like I wanted to absolutely send it and win. I wanted to knock Mix flying, but yeah, 14-14 draw. So that brought me to one loss, one win, one draw at that point. So
Yeah.
yeah. Uh,
Yeah, cool. Who did I get? Who did I play on the third one?
who did
Who
you get?
was
Let
it?
me check. I've got the. I've got
I
the.
I know exactly who I got. I know
Oh,
exactly.
you know who you got.
The bit of the backstory here is one of the most key people in the wider Kill Team community. A big, been a big part of our stuff. Been a big part of Knots. He's been on our podcast before, which is Jason. So Jason and I have a lot of good banter. He's one of the nicest people I've known in a long time, and he's such a good lad. And us lot wouldn't be here if it weren't for Jason. So when we play against Jason, there's always that bit of spark, always a bit of fun. Now I've played Jason before, and Jason's beat me at a tournament at the Lincoln tournament that we won, by the way. And he played not Goremongers. What did he play?
He was playing
Goats.
Felgor. Felgor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he played Goats. And he beat me, and he were quite happy about it, which was fun. So this was a nice chance to get my own back, and I did. I got my own back. He was playing his Jaegers, so he was playing casually. He says he was playing casually. I think he was just being tactical because he wanted to be in the bottom 16 for the
yeah.
bottom rest of the rest. That's what he was trying to
It's
do.
it's funny how those sanctifiers came out. They
Yeah,
did, didn't they?
randomly came out. Yeah,
It's funny how that
randomly came out.
works.
But it was a close match. In brutally honest, he wasn't. It wasn't bad in the sense. I think what let our matches down is again, it's Jaegers are not powerful. They've just got no punch. But that doesn't mean Jason's playing well. They're not a bad team. I just think, yeah, they just a little bit more tweaking, and they'll be definitely much better than they are. But it was a really good laugh with Jason. We were so silly. We were letting each other choose scouting options at the beginning, just because we wanted the fun of it and just to see what it is. I know, and again, shout out to Jason. I know with the moment he's out, he's burning out a little bit. He's played a lot of Kill Team over the last couple of months, so he's going to take some time away over the next couple of weeks and just have a breather, which is I think a very important thing as well. But no doubt when Jason comes back, he'll be chappy happy self with hopefully some new teams. But I enjoy playing Jason. He's
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
And then
be good stuff. Be good stuff.
yep,
Just a quick shout out as well for the King of Kill Team event. Hopefully we get this up in time to maybe push a couple people that might not be aware of it to go. Which is on the
we've got
9th.
70 people going so far. I was talking at the end of the
Have they sold it
I think
out
they're
yet?
sold out.
Have they
Sold out
sold
now,
out?
yeah.
Well, either way, just to bring some awareness to it,
Yeah.
for Chris and all that stuff that goes along with it.
Yeah, we can touch on the events and stuff in a bit, can't we? We can.
Yeah. We'll go through the news after we've discussed the
Yes, the news. Your fourth game? Who did you play on the fourth? On your last match on the first day?
my last match on the first day, I actually cannot remember. Let's have a look. I was probably. Oh yeah, I played Leon. Leon from Knots with his commandos. That was a really fun game. Again, it was kind of a similar thing where you could just feel that commandos don't have that same kind of punch that they used to have. And my blade, like Leon's dice were a bit bad as well. Like his dice were pretty diabolical. I'd run a banshee into his leader. He rolled no hits. He went to reroll. I contempted, so he couldn't reroll. And then I just minced his leader with just a regular banshee in
Yeah.
one round of melee, which is never
Mhm.
what you want. You never want your knob to get minced by a banshee.
No, never, ever. That's
Never,
never
ever,
what you
ever.
want.
And yeah, it was just it was a pretty clean game from my side. I won 21-8 in that one.
Yeah.
Very clean from my side. Leon played as well as I think you can play with commandos into Blades of Cain because it's quite a rough matchup. 5-up saves when you've got pistols that are 4 attacks hitting on 3s, 3/4 rending with ceaseless normally.
Yeah.
You just can't live through that. And then obviously also I had all the banshees with power swords. They've got lethal 5. It was just a rough matchup. And Leon played it as well as I think you can play it. And came out with.
Leon's great as well. He's a nice lad.
Yeah, I love Leon. I know we're not meant to tell people who we voted for, but he was my opponent for the day. We had such a nice, like, it was a really nice tone for a game 4 where we were both like, we're gonna be chill. We're gonna just like talk it out a little bit. Well, oh, can I make that? Yeah, I can make that. Cool, great, smashing. And it was just a good game. Just a good game. You can't fault that. Solid game against a very nice opponent. Playing a team There's just a little bit on the weak side. So
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And then for my last match, I think you played. Is it Tom? Is that his name? Tom Catfights?
Tom catch sides on Phobos, yeah.
So first of all, Tom is lovely. A lovely guy.
Super
I
polite,
think he's from
super duper
yeah,
polite.
super polite, super polite. You can he's one of those things as well. You can tell, you can definitely sense the difference in. I don't want to call it a war, but you can definitely see the London scene or the down south scene compared to the northern side, where I always feel like the Londoners are very to the point and very direct, whereas are a little bit more chatty and talkative, and we try to oh yeah, of course you can have that, yeah, which is completely fine. But when I played Tom again, he was amazing. I haven't played against Phobos in this new edition, and they are just criminal. They are just
So
absolutely
good,
criminal.
so good. Not
Yeah,
not saying that certain Slaters have been carried by Phobos or anything.
yeah. No, it's true that, and obviously when at the time at the table and I was looking through Phobos rules as I was playing them, I would just with the shield guys and subductors on exaction, he were running up -2 for your move for climb, so his reavers were jumping up everywhere like Spider-Man, and then double shoot with the pistols with the special ammo. So they're hitting 4 dice on freeze. They're lethal 5, piercing crits. So they're deleting subductors pretty pretty easily. I think there were 3 reavers he played, and
Yeah.
they were doing killing 2 guys per activation. So yeah, it was just an awkward matchup, and Phobos are really good. And also, as much as we joke, um, Tom was really good on them as well.
Yeah, Tom's a
Mastered his
really good
craft.
player. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like we're saying, mate. It's the London scene is just really good. Like a lot of the really good players are all down in London, and it really shows. It really shows that the London scene is really good.
yeah.
So
And
yeah,
Tom's a really good beacon for that as well.
yeah,
Tom's a really good beacon. So I've played multiple people from down south, and they're all great. They're all amazing. But I do feel Tom especially is super nice and super interactive. And yeah. So shout out to Tom if you listen to this. You're a good lad. So yeah. So that was the first day that we played. Which was interesting. It was mega warm at that point. I think it was 30 odd degrees in the place.
oh god,
That
it probably pushing 40. Honestly, Johnny, how warm it was. Like it was 30 degrees outside. So
the
like
hardest match was the room temperature versus the aircon units. I think.
those two little portable aircon
Oh,
units.
God.
Oh,
Yeah.
our strongest soldiers, bless
It,
them.
it was it was really funny though as well because when I ended up every match I played, I was in contention to be on the aircon side, and I won both roll offs, and both roll offs I were like, I'm not going to think about the board. I just want the aircon side. So I was choosing board side based on if they had the aircon or not, which
So
were really interesting.
on that vein, actually, I did something interesting this tournament, which I've been. I didn't say to anyone that I was going to do this beforehand, but if I won the roll off, I always let my opponent choose board side, which I wanted to do something with it, a bit of an experiment with, see how well that worked. Because obviously, then you break the tie for choosing who goes first if you both pick the same scouting option, which
Yeah,
usually both players do to pick equip. Um, and normally players will go for a broadside, and with Blades of Cain, I think it's interesting because you don't actually need the board side. The board side's not as relevant. For like when I'm playing
yeah,
Aquilons, I always want the super advantage on Volcus, but with with Blades of Cain, don't always need it. So I played around with that a little bit to mix results, I think. But it's just something interesting that I just wanted to quickly mention that
yeah. No, it's good.
not always
Yeah,
needing to pick board side, which is an
yeah,
interesting
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. I wish I had the enough brain power to worry about that. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then that was the end. Obviously, day one, there were pizzas provided, which is always a handy. Having food on venue is really good.
Yeah.
Sanctuary's again amazing, which was good. I don't think there was a painting competition in there, which Ezzy won. That was pretty good at the
Oh,
end of the day.
best overall. We should talk about who won
Yeah,
best overall, which was it was Adam Calver, I believe, with
yeah,
his Tempestus Aquilons.
Yeah.
Incredibly well converted Tempestus Quilons using the Van Saar bodies from Necromunda. Very, very,
Yeah.
very, very, very nice models. One best overall. He came. Where did he come on day one? Let's have a look, shall we? Came 12th.
Yeah,
I
Adam's really nice as well.
yeah,
Adam's really nice.
I had the privilege of playing him for my last game day too, which I'll obviously talk about later on. But yeah, he's super duper nice dude. I was very happy, very privileged to have played him, and to play against those super nice models as well. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's cool. And then on to day two. So I'll start. I played my rematch against Stu. You obviously qualified for the day 16. I went into best of the rest. So I like to say we was tactically trying to represent South Yorkshire Kill Team in both categories. Not because I didn't win as many matches. But I played as soon as the first draw came out. I saw I had Stuart again, so I obviously played Stuart on the first day on into the dark, and then on the second day I pulled in first game on Vulcus. So at this point, I was kicking myself a little bit because obviously I've played enough against Angels of Death to I know how to kind of play around them a bit, and on this occasion I did. I beat him. We're playing on Vulcus, and I think it was Sabotage on the first round. And I did a switcheroo and just kept a chunk of subductors on my surge part, my point, and threw loads of stuff up on the second, using a couple of alpha strikes. Using I think what got him, what killed plenty of Marines was Revelatum with extra APL, throwing crack grenade, last activation, the first turning point, and then I was playing my execution order on the guy I just run a crack at. So in order for them to deal with said crackability, they would get another crack to the face. I then was throwing out APL with the Weber and the grenade launcher, and just using that and just putting enough pressure on that point. And subductors held strong. I think by the third turning point, he'd lost 3 or 4 of his models. So it was a really good win. I think that was one of the highlights of the weekend was overcoming that loss, which was great. Who did you get first day? Second day.
I first round day 2, I drew into Dan Barton, the the current world champion. So playing Hyrotech because the world champion's not going to play an unbalanced team at all. They're never going to try and get every little advantage that they can possibly get. No, it's fine. I think, to be honest with you, whatever team Dan was playing, he would probably have kicked my teeth in. The problem with Dan, right? He will kick your teeth in, and the whole time he'll do it, he'll be sitting there grooving on the other side of the board, the little rat. he genuinely super duper nice guy. And we say this all the fucking time. We say this all the time. Everyone's so nice. We're so lucky that the Kill Team community is so nice. But yeah, Dan will kick your teeth in, and the whole time he'll do it, he'll be smiling. He'll be offering advice. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I learned a bit from that game, but it was a short edge, like a short Volcus map, so he could just teleport someone basically into my deployment zone, turning point 1. So I just couldn't move. If I moved forwards, I got shot and die. If I stayed still, I got shot and die.
And all the basics.
It was rough. Blades of Cain Hyrotech matchup is really, really hard. I think I need to spend some time in the lab with Nix at some point to go over that matchup and how I can actually win it quite convincingly.
Just so you know, Dan finished second on the day, and it was 2020, 2019.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He kicked my teeth in, but I did get 11 points on it. So, one thing I'm really chuffed with myself, looking back on this tournament, is that I never dropped below double-digit points. So all of my losses, I still scored really well, which is good. If the tournament was based on VP instead of strength of schedule for placings, I'd have probably placed a little bit higher. But that's fine. I'm not that bothered about that. Ultimately, I'm just happy with my performance. And playing into, the world champion, one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world, even if the ITC points aren't reflecting that because he's at uni at the moment. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Love that game, despite playing into the team that I hate the most. But yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, cool. And then I can't remember who I had second. I can't remember on the second game.
I've not got it up in front
Oh,
of
I was
me.
getting mashy. Let me have a look. Who was
I'll talk
there?
about my second game.
Yeah,
Because
go for it.
so my second game of day two was my best game of the tournament. Honestly probably one of the best games of Kill Team I've played for a long time, if not the best game I've ever played. I was playing against Callum Day from Cambridge Kill Team,
Yeah,
with his Aquilons. We're on Into the Dark. It was a very close game. Very close game. It was one of those games where it was backwards and forwards the whole game. It could have gone either way, and then there was just one or two dice rolls that really changed the game. I got a couple of
yeah,
really good plays. He got a couple of really good plays, and both of those times that we got those plays, they changed the game every time, and it was backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards, and it was just really close. And it was a hard fought win for him. I lost 15-11. There was like a couple of points in it, and it was it's a really really good game. I could have placed my beacons a bit better to score over a few more points. I placed a few beacons a little bit sloppily, and that cost me a couple points. Well, it cost me 1 point. I got 5 out of 6.
yeah,
And there was one melter shot that I thought he couldn't get, but then he ended up getting, that then cost me the game.
yeah.
Where if I went and fought and killed the guy to the melter gunner, which is what I should have done,
Mm.
it would have probably swung the game my way. But you know, ifs and buts and all that. You
Yeah, hindsight in it.
can't win them all, and I won't be making
Yep.
that mistake again. And if Callum's listening, I just really want to shout him out. He was the only guy there from Cambridge Kill Team. He really repped it. He had an astounding performance, and he really showed how good Aquilons can be. And as an Aquilon enjoying myself, I am very happy to see someone taking him to those heights. So
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, and I'm looking
Right.
hopefully to go down to one of their events in October. I think it is. I think they've got
Yep.
October. So
October. Yeah, I've seen this. We're advertising, so we'll shout that out in the event
yeah, and the
part of
events upcoming.
my second game. I do remember my second game. We're looking at the list. It was Elliot L. So
Ah,
again,
yes.
more because I was lucky enough to play a bunch of my mates at this event, which is great. So L, I've been talking to quite a bit online. I've met him once or twice, and then he came to our Big D's Big Bash a week ago. And first time we played, and again it was Goremongers versus Exaction, and I won the game. I was lucky to win the game the first time, but the match were great. I could clearly see that El were like, I lost. So coming into this match, I were feeling quite positive, as in, oh, I know what's going to happen here. They're going to try and get in my face. So then magically, L seemed to link into Skynet and managed to figure a really good way of getting around my team by splitting in half and shooting me as such, or using chip damage beforehand before getting into the scraps made a big difference. So I went in from that being quite confident to taking a heavy loss. But in fairness, it was deserved. L is great. L is one of our best mates in the community. He's quite close with us. Obviously hailing from Deadwood in Manchester. So they've got a lot of good players, and L's one of the key cornerstones in that community. Hoping he's going to come and join us more and come play some games. But spoilers, L also won a gold ticket. He finished second in this event, and then walked away with a gold ticket due to obviously not needing the first person didn't need obviously the ticket, so he went down to L, and it made his day. It absolutely made his day. There was a rumor going around that he had stolen a third place ticket or prize from the last event. That he's got in his mantelpiece. He obviously told his partner that he's this amazing player, and in reality he stole it. So now obviously going back with a golden ticket, he can now shout about something. But he deserves. To be fair, he completely deserves it. And yeah, it's nice to see one of our friends, one of our community mates, being a solid win, and hopefully he's going to go to that event and enjoy it count. So
Yeah, it's good to get
some good stuff.
some northern representation.
Yeah,
It's not just going to be
yeah,
London, not just people from
yeah.
London.
There's all these. Yeah, well, they all fly
Uh,
from the same airport.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Uh,
yeah, Simon's got one as well, so got Lincoln going as well,
yeah,
I guess.
we're growing. We're growing.
We're
Yeah, we're
going, yeah.
growing.
I mean, is Lincoln the north? I don't know.
Yeah, well, it depends. Is it the line top of Birmingham? I believe is the line, isn't it? Is
I,
that what they say?
I always say it's like the south of Sheffield. That's where the line is. We are the
Yeah.
wall keeping the
Well,
Southerners out.
we're the Shire, though, aren't we?
Yeah,
Everything outside of Yorkshire
of
is
course.
foreign to us, isn't it? So,
It's all foreign to
uh,
us.
who was your third game?
So that was when I played Tom with his Phobos. Tom Catch Sides.
Oh yeah, you
Phobos.
played Tom. I played Tom, didn't you?
Yeah. That it felt like I got stomped, but the score was actually really close. So I played Storm Objectives. We were on Into the Dark. I knew he was playing Phobos, so I knew he was probably playing Beacons, and he did exactly what I thought he was going to do, where he went 2-2-2, split his team up. So I decided I would play Storm Objectives because what I can do if I lock down that room because it's coordinates, so I lock down his point. All I need to do is touch the other 2 points, lock down his point, and then that's an easy 5 points on crit up. And then I should max Storm Objectives just by staying in that one room. He very cleverly took the mine layer and put the mine in front of the door to the room. So I had to pivot my plan slightly and send my guys down the mid line of the board to get into his side room. Um, he bless him, he was really he got a little bit stressed out before the game started because he told me the operatives he picked, and then he was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I've not picked the mine layer. No, it's such a big deal." And I think again, how we were mentioning the attitude difference between like the London crowd and our lot. You can tell that based on how the London lot are, they probably wouldn't have let him change his operative out at that point because he would. I was like, it's fine. Obviously you want to take the mine layer on this map. Don't worry about it. It's not going to impact the game. Like, I mean, obviously it did impact the game because if you didn't have that mine
yeah,
layer, I wouldn't have had to run a banshee into a mine, and that banshee wouldn't have died to the mine like they did. And then I would have had a lot more. I'd have had a whole other operative to work with because I had to sacrifice a banshee to crack that mine. But again, it's a game, and I think our attitude to the game is that we'd rather let people do the thing that is cool and fun, and
yeah,
not to
yeah.
slate anyone else's. It's just that yeah, it's very interesting to see the cultural differences between even the north and south scenes.
Yeah, yeah, very true.
Um, and yeah, it was a 17-13 loss, so there was only like 4 points in it. I was tabled on the very last turning point. Like I had one Banshee holding the line in that room to get that Storm objective point. Um, yeah, it was just a good game. I just could not shift those Phobos. The ability that they have to effectively denounce someone every turn that they can
Yeah,
see, it's just insane. They're so strong.
they are.
Playing him on Phobos has made me want to crack my Phobos out again for a couple months.
It's
Um,
funny. It's funny how we both play the same person, and you're like, "Oh, I want to portray him," and I'm like, "I can't wait for him to get removed."
yeah, well, I was a Phobos player back in second edition. Interestingly, Phobos were going to be the team that I played this edition. Like they were going to be my main team. I ended the end of last edition playing them because I was like, oh yeah, they're going to be my team in this edition. But then I ended up not picking them because I predicted, quite accurately, that it was going to be a very elite favored meta, and I didn't want to. You know what I'm like, Johnny. I never like playing the creme de la creme. So
Yeah,
I didn't play them because of the rumored elite meta.
but that's
So
again another thing to mentality. Like, I've never seen any of the Southern boys and girls turn around and say, "Oh, I don't want to play that team because they're too popular."
yeah,
We're up north, we're like, "Oh, we can't play that. We can't play Brood Brothers because you'd be meta chasing." But in this tournament environment, I don't think there's such thing as a meta chaser. I think people play to win.
no,
And yeah,
I really dislike the stigma around meta chasing. You know, ultimately, if you're going to be a competitive player, if you're going to be one of the players that is aiming to win, and you're playing to win, and to get your golden tickets and stuff, why wouldn't you play the meta teams? You see it a lot with like Jason. Jason was playing Sanctifiers. He got a lot of flack for that. And I don't think he
Yeah.
deserves it because
Oh,
Jason.
he definitely deserves it. Definitely deserves it,
Well,
Jason.
okay, yeah, Jason deserves it, but Simon was on Sanctifiers, and we like Simon. So,
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah,
obviously, he wasn't playing Sanctifiers this event. He was playing Pathfinders, which is cool. It was good to see him on Pathfinders. But when he was playing Sanctifiers, he did catch a lot of flack for it. So yeah.
yeah. It was. It was. I was whining Jason about it. I mean, my favorite line to Jason was, "I look like Mr. Potato Head." But he was. Yeah. I think there is stigma around that type of thing. There was a couple of rules I wanted to bring into this is just a flash in the pan conversation, but I wanted to bring up a yellow and red card system for the amount of times people moan about certain things. So like you have yellow and red cards for dice. The amount of times I've seen people complain about, oh, my dice were bad. And I do it, and everyone does it, but there's a point in there. You can moan about your dice, and mate, shut up, moan about your dice. And I
Yeah.
think that's the same thing with meta teams as well, where people are like, oh, but you're playing a meta team. Well, no, I'm playing a team I enjoy. It's not my fault. It's like Nyx is, again, another example of this. Nyx has always played Hero Tech. Absolutely, that's what relates to Nyx. But now that they are busted, Nyx unfortunately gets tied into the brush of jumping on this bandwagon. And there is, I know I understand it from some perspective because some people can be carried, but I don't think anyone at this event or anyone who has got the intention gets carried.
No.
Everyone I see who's played these type of teams that are putting their reps in, they're doing the time, they're losing matches, they're winning matches, and yeah, they are broken in some regards, or there is some moments that are difficult and they'll get balanced out. But I do feel like it comes with a lots of shitty Sigma that doesn't need Sigma that needs to come through. It's just daft. It's just daft.
Yeah.
But so yeah, so then I had Sean Slater, so Ryan's dad, who bless him. I think Sean was there to prop up. He was playing Legionary. Such a nice guy. He was great, and we were talking away and chatting, and we were more interested in having a nice time than doing anything dramatic. So yeah, so not really much to say about Sean other than just it was nice to meet Ryan's dad, and it was a little positive.
Yeah.
On the fourth game though, I'll move on to the fourth since I didn't have much to say on that one. I went into the weirdest match of the weekend, which was good old Exaction versus Exaction. Mike obviously was another Exaction player. It was really interesting to see because we literally, the first turning point, probably most of the second turning point, we mirrored almost everything we did. We chose the same tac ops, we changed the same scouting, we put the Nuncio Aquila on the same middle point. We both preemptively moved the Revelatum to the middle point. It was eerily how, when people say mirror match, this was literally a mirror match. Mike won the game because I think what happened, there was a couple of dodgy dice rolls. Because that's what it comes down to, doesn't it? It just comes down to
Oh yeah.
subductors staring at each other.
Sometimes that's what it is in a mirror match. It's just whose dice can outdice the other person.
Oh, there were just there was just subductors looking at each other saying, "Charge me," and the other one's going, "No, you charge me." This is what they want someone to retaliate. But the interesting thing at the end of this game though is Mike was we both chose the same tac ops. We both chose contain, and then when it comes to primary op, I tried to be tactical and I chose crit op instead of tac op. And it really worked out for me. Obviously, I didn't win, but what it meant was I was 1 point off maxing crit up because obviously I invested a lot into the crit up, and he denied me contain for 2 turning points. I did the same to him. I denied him 2 turning points, so we only scored 1 on contain. So he won the primary. So he scored 2 on his tac op and 1 on his primary op. So he scored 3 for primary and tac op. Where I, on the other hand, scored 2 on contain, and then it came to the crit op, and I'd scored 5. chose it for my primary, got 3 out of it, and then I think what tipped it in his favour, Mike's favour, was the dice rolls and the kill up. He'd just broken the threshold for the next one up, which obviously meant he got an extra point, and that's how that kind of worked. So it was cool. It was great. Mike's a really nice player. It was nice to learn from it. It was nice to have some validation as well. That some of the stuff I do is the way that they play it as well. That Mike plays it. Mike plays a little bit more than I have on Exaction. But it was nice. It was very nice. We were having a good laugh as well. That we just throw seducts at each other and just see who hits first and who doesn't hit first. But yeah, Mike's a good lad. Who did you have for your fourth?
So I had Adam Calver. That was the guy who won best overall with his fantastic Guevesa Tempestus Aquilons day one.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, and I'll be real honest. This game I got insanely lucky. His dice, I've never seen someone roll so many ones and twos in my life. It was, yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate for him. I got really lucky. I think if the dice even went in his favor a little bit, I would have still won. I think with how I was playing that game, it would have been still a win for me. I think I would have just probably struggled a little bit more. But he was a super nice, again, the fucking super nice guy, blah, 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 blah. But genuinely, one of the most pleasant opponents I played all weekend. I can see why he won best overall because he is a super good sport. Even when his dice were bad, he wasn't getting too frustrated. Obviously, you get frustrated, but not like flipping the table and stuff. So yeah. It wasn't like storming off.
Yeah.
And it was a good end to the day. Obviously having gone 3 losses in a row, I was a little bit down on it. I really needed that win, I think. And it felt all right because Adam already got a win before that, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Let me just quickly check if he did or not. He did, yep. So he won the game before that. So we both walked away from the day with a win, which was nice for I think for both of us. And yeah, it was just a good game. It was on Volcus finally, not against Hyrotech where I have to just turtle. But then again, I was playing against Aquilon, so I had to turtle a little bit. But it was a long edge board, so I could at least move up a little bit in stage so that he couldn't just drop on me and kill me. And I managed to block his drops onto my stronghold by just putting 3 banshees there, so that if he dropped, he'd be in my control range.
Yeah.
I won the roll off to. Did I win the roll off? I think I lost the roll off turn 2, or I gave it to him. I won it and gave it to him, and he didn't move his sniper off of the top vantage, so I just acrobatics to banshee up. I played all banshees into him because I just wanted to have a bit of a fun last game where I just play mono aspect and just send it. And I did, and the banshee that killed his sniper also killed his precursor when the precursor dropped out. Is it precursor? The knife man, the knife Aquilon. I think it's the precursor. Because some really bad rolls and contempt. So he rolled bad. He went to cease his roll. I contempted him, parried him out with the banshee scream that steals, and then killed his guy. And yeah, it was just unfortunate. It was filled with moments like that. That banshee survived on 2 HP, 2 wounds for like 3 or 4 rounds of shooting. Plasma gunshot just whiffed. I think relic bolt pistol from the leader just whiffed. Unfortunate for Adam, but yeah. He did get his one Aquilon trooper playing Blood Bowl down one flank of my board that I just didn't deal with. So he just had a guy running and planting beacons, and he was in my deployment zone at the end of the game before getting dispatched by a banshee I sent back to finish him off. But it was a lot of fun to play that game and play Blood Bowl while playing Kill Team. So yeah,
makes sense. So that was the end of day 2, wasn't it? It was that was not as warm. It was a bit cooler, which was good. And then obviously we came across into the awards and stuff. So obviously Elliot had won a golden ticket, which made his day. I think from the best of the rest, let me tell you who did what on the final day. So where's the placings on this? So Jonathan Sully won with his Quillons. Obviously, Elliot came second with his Goremongers, and Wrecker Crew with Andrew Needham. How did your guys get on?
So Dan Barton won overall, and then we had Guy Barton and Bart the top three. So it was the Bartons first and second, and then Bart was third. And then for our crowd, because we had a few of our lot here, we had Nick's coming 8th, Tom came 11th, and then I came 14th out of the 16. Which is pretty good showing from our guys. I think we should be proud because that was an absolute shark tank there. So
Yeah, I think I finished averagely middle, so 12th.
That's not bad.
Out of 30. Yeah, it's a mid ground. Those matches, if I would have got those extra points against Mike, I would have come up to 5th. So yeah, it's good. Yeah, I don't think it was bad at all. I also, and I said this to you guys when we were there. The unfortunate problem is it's an endurance test sometimes. 8 games over 2 days is a lot. So the fact that everyone just turned up and played and did what they needed to do, I think, is a testament to a lot of people. Some people can obviously do 2 days. They just had to bounce through one. So yeah. So yes, do you want to move on to future events as we talk
Cool.
about
Yeah. So bits of news about the club and stuff like that. So we have upcoming. We have the fabulous black tie event that is the John Invitational, which is obviously invite only, which is super exciting. There will be a prize for best dressed. So yeah, whoever is best dressed will be getting a little cheeky prize.
Yeah, that one obviously is mine. It's on the 19th of July at the new Hobby Workshop location. Obviously, we're blessed to have 2 really good local game stores, and Hobby Workshop is obviously moving a bit more closer to Sheffield. So this ties in with that move. It also is celebrating me being an old man at 40 years old, so that's going to be that point. It does clash though with the King of Kill Team, which obviously is quite a sentimental event that's happening in London on the same day. This is to raise money and to kind of highlight the situation with Chris, obviously from Lots Kill Team, who passed away just not long back. So obviously this is raising money for Chris's family. Some of us can't make it, so this is sort of like a mini alternative to that, as people can't travel down to London. As I say, it's invite only, because we want to try and keep the numbers controlled. Money obviously is going to be some donated across to Chris as well, just to show that we stand in solidarity with everything. I'm hoping we're talking with Jason that we're going to start running an annual event where it raises up a bit of money to pass on to Chris's family. That's something to look forward to in the future. It'll be quite silly and quite fun and quite entertaining. We've got Leeds GT. Before that, though, is it the 5th of July?
Yeah, of course, Leeds GT. Holy moly, can't believe I forgot about that. That is, the 5th of July. As of recording, it'll be the weekend after next. So,
and you, to be fair, mate, why would you remember Leeds GT?
Why?
It's not like it's not like you're running it.
Yeah, it's not like I'm running or anything. Yeah, Leeds GT to be honest, I think the ticket sales will be closed by the time this video goes out. So yeah, but it's upcoming. I think that's going to be my excuse for why I forgot about it, because ticket sales will be closed by then. Because I think ticket sales close on Wednesday, which is 2 days from now, because we're recording this on the 23rd. So yeah, ticket sales should be closed on the 25th, unless I absolutely storm this video out, which I might do, because it shouldn't take much editing, but we'll see. I might just do a simple jobby on this one, because our usual editor is time, and also our usual editor is currently doing mocks, so you know.
Priorities: staying school kids, get those qualifications.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, Leeds GT coming up, John Invitational coming up, and then the next one for us will be Assault in August, which is at the Outpost. So that's the next one. That's an open invite one. That is 32. It should be 32.
32 3 days. 3 pre-days for fucking hell. 3
rounds. Yeah, 3 rounds. 32 players, 3 rounds at the Outpost. We may be able to open that up, I believe, if we sell out early. So the earlier we sell out, the better, because then we might be able to open up to even more people, which is great because more people is more fun and it gets more people down playing the game at our fabulous new venue at the Outpost.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good. Hopefully, there's some sort of food available at that point as well, so people won't even need to leave the outpost for food. And I'll just quick mention that because we sampled some of that food on our last club night, thanks to the
Yeah,
outpost.
it's really good in it, especially what's going off with the guys in local game stores. They'll have to go into Sanctuary, and obviously I'll be workshop and outpost for ourselves. Having a good community and having a good local game store that provides scratches all those itches is a massive help to us. So shout out to all your local game stores and stuff. If people listening to this are in the local area, um, certainly locate your big gaming groups. I have got an image knocking about somewhere which I need to update, which is showing where all the local clubs are
Yeah,
at the moment. I
let's.
think gone.
You know what? We should do some engagement. If you have gotten
Yeah,
this far in the video and you are still listening, and you should comment your local game store, so we can take a little look at it and
yeah.
potentially give it a shout out in the future, which would be really cool. So comment down where your local store is and where you'd like to see more Kill Team being played.
Yeah, I mean, on the Assault on August, it's quite interesting because we've got Declan Montgomery. We might see some videos from upcoming little Kill Team creator from the Red Tide of Merseyside. They're coming over for their lot on August as well. Just looking at everything, we've got 4 people signed up so far for the August one, including a Mr. Slater. So clearly
Yeah.
returning the
Oh, is
favour for.
he already signed up for it? Hell
Yeah, he
yeah.
signed up. Ryan's
Um,
there as well. So he'll probably bring Mr. Potato Head with him, so that'll be
yeah.
good.
That'll be really, really good. Yeah, that's great. You love to see that. Considering we've not even actually started to advertise it yet.
Push it. Yeah.
Yeah. Having 4 people already is huge. For an event we've literally it's just a listing on BCB at the minute. So huge, 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 huge. Very, very good.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Sounds good. Super.
Other than that, I think that's pretty much all the news we've got for
The
event
last
wise.
thing to say, yeah, this is going to move on, but so events has been amazing. It's obviously the middle of summer. We are at the end of the season for Kill Team. There's another season getting announced at some point in the next couple of months, which is going to bring out a new terrain set and everything. This is the last week before the release of Typhon, so whenever you guys listen to this, we're a week away from the release of Typhon, so there's just going to be nids and bugs everywhere. So that's going to be interesting. The next podcast we'll probably talk a little bit about those new teams and our impressions and opinions on them. I'll bring some hobby perspective as well because I've been looking at how I'm going to paint some Raveners and if I can
Yeah.
get creative with them. I know you're doing some hobby for your racks. You're doing a proxy for your guys.
Yep.
Um,
I just after we do this, they'll be going to get primed, and then hopefully I'll get a couple of them painted ready for Thursday at Hobby Workshop, the first Thursday at the new Hobby Workshop venue, which I'm super duper excited for. I'll be playing Battleclade for the first time then, so hopefully the next time we record something, we'll be able to give our impressions on the teams a little bit. And then when our patron saint Games Workshop blesses us eventually, hopefully with early copies, we'll be able to
bestows us the privilege.
bestows upon to us from them mountain on high. Yeah, we'll hopefully be able to get some stuff from them, which would be cool, and then we'll be able to give our impressions when the NDA lifts early, like your crits and your turning points and your what have yous. It's going to, interestingly, Johnny, we said we want a bit of a break. It's going to be a busy August for me. I've just realised because August for me, we've got the assault in August on the 2nd.
Yep.
And then there's the Warhammer World Kill Team event on the 7th of August. And then
That's
there's
what we're going to that one now. Is that
we're
the
going,
single day?
yeah, that's the Thursday one, the single day Warhammer World one. I can't wait for that. And then we've got the Lincoln Invitational. Well, I've
Team.
got the Lincoln Invitational. It's not a team's
Yeah.
single
Oh,
one.
single. Sorry. Yeah. I was talking to Simon about that actually.
So I'm going to have a busy run then. I'm going to be so burnt out after that. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, you need to have a breather now, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I
I would
think
agree.
I know Elle said that he's having July off. I think I'll probably
Oh,
also be
L's
having.
not. Don't kid yourself. L no,
he'll
L's
be
not going to get.
he'll be at the John Invitational, mate. He'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he said he because obviously that's the day before a Deadwood event. So another event to mention in your calendars is the Deadwood event on the 20th of July in Manchester. But L obviously it's one event followed by the next, so John Invitational straight into the Deadwood event. So some of the Deadwood guys will hesitate just because obviously it's again a 2-day stretch of Kill Team. L I think he's so tempted. He'd be so
He's
tempted. He
so
said he's obviously. But
we're
I think
just
he's got to now. As he can't lie on his morals now. Now he's got to
yeah.
play. He's got to push. He's got to do everything. I hope he can get to Atlanta. He says he probably will. I think it's amazing that he's going in. Yeah, we just need to throw some South Yorkshire Kill Team stickers on him for when
Yeah,
he goes to.
we'll make sure we plaster him with him.
Yeah,
Throw him
yeah,
at him. It can be giving out a Deadwood and a South Yorkshire Kill Team sticker.
yeah. That's good.
I'd love that. I'd love that. If he's up for that, obviously, we won't pressure him into it too hard, but
Yeah, no.
we'll lean on him a little bit.
Nice. Cool.
um,
Anything else? Anything else you want to talk about?
yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, excitement over Typhon. There's going to be lots of nids. We've spoke about that. We spoke about all our events upcoming. Um, we spoke about our event, the event that we've just been at. Sorry. I think we're almost there. I think we're pretty much there. There's not much more Kill Team news out there right now. I think we'll probably next time talk about the new teams. And we'll probably also talk about maybe some speculation because there's been a lot of videos about speculation about the new stuff.
Oh, the
You
Grey
know,
Knights.
oh yeah, yeah, because Grey Knights are coming, everyone. Yeah. All right, all
Shout
right.
out to our main boy Valrak who knows
Oh,
everything.
we don't shout Barak here. No, we don't shout Barak on this show. No, none of that. No, we don't. But yeah, we'll probably talk about some speculation what we think the new season's going to be like. Probably talk about some other bits and bobs. I am personally dreading the new season because I have a sinking feeling they're going to increase the amount of objectives on the board again. And having just put a massive order in for objective markers where I've gone, okay, I'm going to get sets of 3. If they increase it to like 5 or something, I'm very quickly going to be out like in an odd number of objective markers again, which is going to be fun.
Yeah, fun times.
Yeah,
Cool. Right.
cool.
Well, thank you for listening, everyone. We'll speak. Go out to your events. Go and do stuff. Please feel free to comment and interact in the YouTube comments. Follow us on all the social medias you'll probably be talking about. Also, come and join our Discord. That's where we mainly hang out there. We talk a lot of Kill Team stuff, a lot of other stuff. But feel free to come and join us. We're open to talk to anyone. Happy to help anyone. If you're looking for a community or trying to set up a community, get in contact. We'll gladly help out and advise and
Yep.
stow on to people. But have a nice June. Enjoy the summer weather. Don't stay indoors too much. Please go outside. Well, I said this on the thing. We should be going out and trying to touch grass and going out and getting some sun. So that just means taking your Kill Team table outside and just playing outside. It's sun as well. Have a nice weekend, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Yep.
Love you. Bye.
In a bit.